Welcome to the holler. So, this is the time of year we got season coming up here, right? And a lot of people in woodlands, they kind of wonder, it's like, what can you do to your woodlands to improve them? How can you put a lot more forage on the ground for those deer that's really, really healthy? The reason they wonder that is because there's nothing to eat. There's nothing for deer to eat here. You have a really thick leaf layer. The only thing coming up are the rare sapling, which most deer don't really prefer that until the middle of winter. There's no legumes, there's no sunlight getting to the ground. And this is the Buffalo Wilderness. This is our property line right here. And this is the reason that wilderness woodlands don't have a dense deer population. All right, so here we have a hickory. This was a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4 inch tree. I cut it. Now, hickory is aromatic and it's full of tannins, the greens and such. So deer don't usually eat hickory, but you make a stump sprout out of a hickory and they destroy it. They love it. And after you high grade a forest, select cut, high grade, you're left with a lot of hickories, right? Well, if you don't ever do anything with those hickories, they're just going to take over your stand anyway. And they have very little wildlife value. You stump sprout them though, and they become a really good source of food for deer. And every time these deer top this stuff, it just grows new sprouts. And they'll take these sprouts off. And then this process just keeps going. So a good example of stump sprouts here, this is a sassafras. Now, I don't know if it's different in different regions with different soil types, but here they'll eat every single one of these. But there's the original tree. It's what, 2 inches across? And that tree's root system produced such good sprouts, the deer won't leave it alone. They get more protein, they get more mineral than just about anything you can plant in a food plot. So yeah, make your woods useful. All right, so given that we were thinning this woodland out pretty hard, we thinned out some oaks too, some small oaks. Here's a 3.5 inch oak. This is a red oak, red sprouts. It's probably actually a black oak, what we would call it in the Ozarks. But anyway, it's been topped, all of it. So here's a little white oak. And they let this one get a little taller for whatever reason. They like white oaks. But you have that got tipped. They ate the leaves off. They ate the leaf off here. This got tipped. They haven't let a single sprout go. Okay, so best I can tell, at least in the middle and south Ozarks, deer love grapevines, and not a little. So I terminated this one over there, and it sprouted all the way about 6 foot that way. And the deer have not missed a single sprout, not one. And as they hit them, new sprouts grow. And this will be gone soon. This will be gone soon. Here's some new ones coming in. Here's a new one coming on this one. And they just keep tearing it up. They don't leave it alone. So I can't overstate the importance of stump sprouts. It's like, if you grew up hunting, or if you've been hunting for a long time, you know, wherever people log, especially if they log kind of heavy, that's where the deer will be. They'll be there to eat, though. And a lot of people really don't think that through or notice it, maybe. I didn't. Until I was like 27, 28 years old, I didn't really notice that these stump sprouts were what they were. And then Mississippi State University, the MSU Deer Lab, they started looking into these stump sprouts and looking into their nutrient contents, and it's ridiculous. You do this over a few acres, or more, you can affect your carrying capacity, you can affect antler size, you can affect the size of babies. Lactation will be better. The does will carry their weight better. This is a super good way to manage woodland. Yeah, if you like kind of what I've been saying, what we've been talking about, is consider liking and subscribing. And look for a lot more like habitat, wildlife content for the next month and a half, because it's that time of year. Yeah.